AC heater. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're live. I believe so, yes. Waiting. I'm here. What's up, Brazen? How's everyone doing? Chainsaw, thanks for tuning in. Brazen, how cold is it up there in your area? I assume you're getting hit by near the same stuff we are today. It's cold. We'll just put it that way. What's up, Theron? Esram, how's it going? Tuning in from the Philippines. Nice. I always like seeing people tune in from afar. Conley, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Brazen, snowing now, not cold yet. Low 20s with single-digit wind chills. Woo. This morning when I woke up, went out, fired up, and got the truck fired up, it was -1 with a wind chill -25. And I think we got to, at some point, I think it was -6 with a, feels like -36 with a wind chill. Oh, we're 0. 0 feels like -20. So it warmed up a little bit. This is the warmest it's been all day. Yeah, this morning was wild from the start. Cold and crazy from the get-go. A nice, exciting drive to work, and I come off the highway where I would pull into the dealership, and I was like, man, it is really dark in this area. Our whole area was out of power. So yeah. So that was exciting, pulling in and no power at all at the dealership. So we waited it out. See, I got there about 7:30ish, somewhere around there. I think power came back on about 10 o'clock. Needless to say, it was a long day. I did leave for a little bit because I went to I had to recertify some of my ASEs. So I went and the testing facility was actually open, so I went and recertified. And I passed. I'm still a master technician. Brazen snow. Oh yeah. Seriously thinking about getting the trucks of fortune from Vanquish. Chainsaw, dude, that is I feel you on that one. The other Vanquish has truly dropped, I think, some of the best deals that I have seen in a long time, and just constantly from prior to Black Friday to now. That trucks of fortune's a pretty good deal, especially even if you didn't get all the other stuff, but you just got a Pro or an Ultra without any other goodies. That's a solid deal for sure. But even some of the other combinations, because you could get like an Ultra with Wheels of Fortune. So that would be like a killer deal for sure. Vash, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Will Speed Fab, evening. Thanks for tuning in. Kakalaki RC, what's up? How's it going? How is everyone tuning in for the night? Scott, what's up? We're in the chat, tuning in from New Zealand. Nice. So we got Philippines and New Zealand so far tuning in. Brazen tomorrow, out high is supposed to be 0. Ugh. Yeah, I think we're stuck at this temperature till Saturday afternoon. So it is going to be another long, cold day. Honestly, total snow-wise was not much here. I think they had us like traced to 3 inches, but the wind that accompanied said snow, there were whiteouts. I turned my my yellow ditch lights on the way in at times because there was a car in front of me or to the side of me, and everything disappeared. Apparently, the most Googled term in Kansas or the Wichita area today was, what is a snow squall? Because we don't get those very often here at all. It's mostly, I think, much more a northern thing. But yeah, so that was the most Googled term from Kansas today. Because everyone's phones just went off at the same time. Crazy alerts. It was entertaining. Kindly happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone. Tim, hope you family's doing awesome. Having the greatest Christmas. Thanks for all you do throughout the year, brother, for real. Well, thank you very much. Much appreciated. You know, it's not much. I do what I can when I can. Mostly I'm financially irresponsible and I turn on a camera. That's really all there is to it. It's no secret. Tell us the purple high-low's finished and she's gorgeous. Nice. We will actually be putting the purple high-low on the table here shortly as well. So I got some new bodies ordered. I'd been on the list for the sumo body, so I got 2 of the sumo bodies because I wanted to see how narrow they were, and they look like a narrow body because that's one thing with like some of the pro line bodies. Like I like them, but they're wide, and with new rules and things, I really want to narrow stuff up as much as I can. And it's not cut up yet, but we might cut it here in a minute. It is a very narrow body, and I like it. But then also, we picked up a Red Cat Blackout body for the kiddo for his high-low class 3. We're going to pull the capper cage off and get him an actual body on there just to, you know, change it up. It's been a little bit too cold to paint, but I can cut stuff up. Cut up here, possibly a pro ultra. Yeah, dude, just that whole deal would be yeah, brazen. I'm considering the Trail of Fortune too. I just don't run trail as much. See, and it's kind of where I'm at as well. Like LCG. I mean, I still have my Phoenix. The only reason I have trail trucks is because I got a good deal on my Truggy, which I will use that for like some TTC stuff. And then I got my Wheels of Fortune and I didn't have a truck, so I built a whole new truck for them. But I'm probably going to use that and work with some other chassis and stuff on there just to kind of almost take an RTR and kind of show what you can do. You don't have to change necessarily everything. Go through some steps like that. And of course, honestly, if I do trail, I trail with SCX6 more than anything. Okay. Yeah, I don't. Well, and plus the weather and stuff, I think this upcoming year, I really do want to start trailing a little bit more because I do really enjoy trailing. Just haven't been around to get into it and stuff. I would be okay with another Phoenix Portal kit. Yeah, I mean, honestly, any of the kits I think would be a good deal, especially with the combinations that you can get with those. Really can make it worthwhile, for sure. And the value in those kits is, for that whole deal, is pretty dang good. I want those purple wheels so damn bad. Guess everyone does. Yeah. Yes. Everyone wants purple wheels. Purple, it just looks good, and it's one of those colors that it can fit with a lot of builds, and it's different. There's only a few people that make purple wheels, Super Shafty and maybe a couple of us that have a dedicated like purple wheel. So it's just one of those colors. Every little bit helps, brother. Just want to try. Oh, heck yeah. Thank you very much. I'm glad I at least can help and stuff too. Jan here in New York, no snow, but a nice 20 degrees Saturday. Whew. Still chilly. Justin, what's up, buddy? I like the new bug body from Proline. Yes, actually, Proline dropped all kinds of stuff today. So Proline dropped the SCX6 cliffhanger, which I need to order that. Thank you for reminding me about all this stuff. I need to order. So the SCX6 cliffhanger body. What the Super Swamper for 124 scale, which is a nice option. The 12.3 bug body, which yes, now I'm after ordering those. Like, I definitely want one of those too. If you get it before I do, I know you'll do it right as well. And then the Class 3 tires. So in case anyone hasn't been on there today, Proline did announce a new Hyrax tire. It is a 2.2 tire, but it is. Uh-oh. I probably needed that. These tires are too sticky. But it is 4.25 inches tall, so it is the size. Well, did anyone read the width? What's the width? I didn't read that far or catch that. But it's height-wise is the size of the cut-shut tires we've all been making or having made. So it's going to be, it looks like it is at least narrower than the standard 2.2, so that's going to be good. So it's a narrower, taller tire, but not too tall, and obviously taller than your standard 4.75. So that to me it's the perfect C3 size. And Proline, they nailed that release. It'll be, I think they said G8 compound, and I think Predator coming, which I run G8, but if you're in the north and stuff like that, or cold places, overseas, stuff like that, obviously Predator is a preferred compound there just because of the weather. But that release, I don't think many people were expecting that, and that came out awesome. They nailed it, in my opinion, on that one, for sure. The only real trail running I do is axial fest, so I won't be able to. This is true, yeah, because it has to be an axial. When Jake came out, went trail, it was blood. Yeah, well, you guys also found what the. Is that when you guys found the stolen side by side? That last time was the last time you guys went out. You guys found the stolen side by side. That was pretty cool and entertaining. They don't list a width on the new Hyrax. See, that's just curious about that, because that width, I mean, honestly, it's still a great option. The size is still going to be good. Even if it is a little wider than our cut shuts, I still think it is going to be a great choice for people getting into C3. I do hope it's 1.9 width. I really do. If it is 1.9 width, like Sean was saying earlier, the lugs spacing on the 1.9s is better. Because if it's the lug space on the 2.2s, it's going to be a more bouncy tire. Sean was talking about that earlier, and I was like, that's a brilliant point, and I didn't think about that. So I'm hoping so. It kind of looks like the picture. It does look like it is basically an enlarged 1.9. And if they did this release, they did their research, and that's probably what they did. The 1.9 Hyrax, and they expanded it to a 2.2. It just expanded the whole thing. Obviously, it's probably not that simple, but general idea. Yeah. Width is 1.86, so 47 millimeters. Okay, thank you, Tristan. So these are 43 millimeters wide. So just a 43, almost 44 millimeters wide. So that's pretty close. It's definitely narrower than the standard 2.2. So with that knowledge, didn't go far. I didn't either, because I totally misread it. Like, I read it a couple times just to verify that it said 5.25. So I missed it as well, Brett. Don't worry. So with that information, I think Proline nailed it. I would, yeah, I think Proline nailed it then. If that width, just a touch wider, I think that's still going to be just fine, which means the lugs are also going to have to be closer, so which means it is going to be a 1.9 lug spacing. So with that, yeah, Proline nailed it. That's almost exactly the, yep. So sweet. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that information, because yeah, I read it earlier, and apparently totally overlooked it, or I just didn't scroll far enough either. So either way, we now know the size, so that is awesome. So if you were looking for, hopping into class 3 in this upcoming season, you wanted a cut and shut tire but weren't sure about having them made or doing them yourself, you don't have to worry about it, because Proline just took care of that for you. Those are gonna be hotcakes. But the other good thing is if Proline is doing that, other tire companies will mostly follow suit, which I'm hoping J Concepts does, because the Tusks and other tires like that are just so dang good. Even though I did just get a set of Tusk ordered to make cut and shut tires naturally. So probably now that I have finally tracked down tires and we'll get them done, now next week or the week after, J Concepts will drop a whole new cut and shut C3 tire and make me sad inside, but then also happy again at the exact same time. So, looks like they dropped a couple. I need to look at the picture again. Like I said, I mean, size-wise, they nailed it. Lugs, man, I hope they kind of left it. I hope they left it simple. I don't know. I guess we'll never know until we actually try it. And I do, I probably will be getting the set into the try. You don't need to, because once I get the Tusk made for mine, the only other truck I would put them on is the kiddo's class 3, and he's just going to get my old cut shut tires, which will be nice and broken and all that stuff. So, that would be good. Oh no. There we go. So almost done here. I'm getting these tires done, and I have the habit, I have my hole punch and everything here, and I have the habit of installing the wheel or the tire, getting everything in there, and forgetting that I haven't vented it yet. So before I forget and go to mount these up later, I'm venting them so I do not forget about them later. And these are the new Class 1 tires from Vanquish, 4.19s. And they actually, I was worried because I love the other VXC2s. I was hoping size-wise these were going to be really, really good and not kind of like those and ended up being like a 475. So they're good. I did go ahead and take into account that these are bigger than the Tusk that I was running. The Tusk are a 3.85 Class 1. So the anti-foams and the 2.2 is just a perfect combo in here. And I know these are a little bit bigger, so I ordered some of the 4.19 tuning discs for the anti-foams to get everything going. Plus, I wanted to get them kind of mounted up and see how they fit. And honestly, these weren't too bad to stretch and get everything fit. These, on the other hand, which honestly I've noticed in general, not like they're super, super pain, but because this compound is really soft, they can be a task at times. They can just be a task. I'm missing, there they are. It's like I'm missing wheels and tires. We'll put that in the stash. There. Stack these. Over here. Okay. Well, that was one of the important things I wanted to get done before I forget. It's almost exactly what the... Okay. Tim, what rims are those, the big ones? Those are Shift RC. These are 2.2s. I don't know the actual name. Is it the Mavericks? But yeah. There you go. Shift RC Maverick 2.2s. Yes. Thank you. That is exactly what they are. And I said, I've been going 2.2 on a lot of everything because I'm starting to like, it's nothing new. Lots of people have done it. I just finally tried it and started stretching some tires, and honestly really liked how I can get the sidewall and stuff. I can get it a lot more the way I like it, so that is a win in my book. So we do have the EXO on here right now. We got some goodies. Now that I ordered a set of the 2.2 tires, you know what that means I have to do? Ooh, I know exactly what that means you have to do, Brett, and I like it. It's exactly what you have to do. Do the same style that they already are. What's the bomb ones? I've wanted those the other day, or the bomb and the mammoth. I think I actually almost got ordered the mammoth the other day. Yeah, I like your style. So, anyway, so we're doing a little bit of work here. Got a few things from EXO today. Cool thing is, I actually enjoy these. You get a set of utensils. I got green ones the first time, and now I got orange, and I'm really excited about the orange ones. So we'll hide those in here for later, so I don't lose them. But we did get the EXO, the Alpinist transmission that they dropped a little while ago. Comes with wrench and mounters here, so it's gonna mount just like the other. And a couple of the new things they released was their some body mount posts and floating servo mounts, which is actually how I have mine installed, which is awesome. And I almost did these the other day. Or right when I was ordering the transmission, everything was coming out. So we got all that handled and taken care of. These things are nice. Machined aluminum, so that's definitely awesome. Look good, great look and finish on there. But the EXO transmission, this is really what I was hoping for. Ooh. Need to ask, actually. What? Hey, Theron, are you watching? What pinion are you using on your trans? Because I think I need to drop it down a notch. If I would flip this. So, anyway, I was going to do a video on this, but I want to get it installed, so I'm impatient. 11 and 13. Okay, so mine is massive. That's a 20. And Theron, your wheel speed's good because you have the exact same axles I do. You're running capper axles. You have overdrive in front and rear. Let me see if I have a small opinion. Goodness gracious. Everything laid out for some more rectangle videos. These videos are going to kill me. Wild front, mild rear. Okay. You know that transmission has 28% overdrive, right? So I guess you're probably close. Yeah, it's still pretty good. If you think the front's spinning too far, or too fast, that's why. 13. We'll go with that. Okay. Good. 13. We'll get rid of this 20 because that does sound like it's excessive. 12th tooth pinion. Right, yeah. 48 pitch gears, which I'm actually enjoying again. I've always liked 48 pitch gears because they're quiet and tend to be smoother. So everything's silently just been going over 248 pitch gears. But there's overdrive, yeah. So, and this does currently count based on the new rules. It is this does count as a transfer case because of a little bit of some of the gears work, my brain just totally fried. But this does currently count as a transmission for Circus, so that's awesome. So that's -4 points, and I needed on my class 3 because I was kind of point hunting for a little bit. 48 pitch gears is what it uses in there, and yes, it does have 2 outputs. So one output is standard, so no overdrive, and then there is a secondary output there that makes it equates to about 28% overdrive to the front. I can't remember if this underdrives or overdrives. Either way, it equates to the front spinning, or the front being 28% faster than the rear. Jason, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. So, ooh, this wrench is really nice too. All right, so time to not get frustrated putting this stuff in. It underdrives, okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I have to look up exactly. Either way, it's awesome. It gives you 2 options. So yeah, you don't need overdrive. If you don't need overdrive, you want to keep it the same, right here. If you want to change it up, switch it over to the other one. So all that's going to work just fine. Now, we're going to go this way, and not get frustrated putting this bolt in. It's very similar. First time I did a T210 transmission. Yes, how it counts. Speaking of, you're killing it with X. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Vash, does the T210 count also? Yes. Currently, it has. Basically, it was basically working on definitions, and currently going to word what a transfer case is. They couldn't come up with a true definition, I guess you could say. So basically, instead of saying what a transmission is or what's allowed, they basically started a ban list. Basically saying, because the way it was worded, you could interpret it kind of that like a standalone, just a regular axial 3-gear was a transfer case, and that is not the case. So they basically made a rule in there on what doesn't count. So, but yes, so the T210, so if it counted as a transfer case last year, it does still count, this year. So remember, like this was almost the exact same, or like how the T210 is, how the motor, it's like that, and then you have to use the screws. I think the first time I was severely frustrated at time trying to get everything, mostly to get it to start. Once I get it to start, it's fine. It's getting it to start that was frustrated me. But yeah, definitely, good question on the T210. I had the same thing. I was actually kind of worried just the way they were trying to word things. But as of currently, it does count, which is good news, because T210 is a great transmission option for sure. Still easily one of my favorites to use, and it's easy. It is, even though it is, does have a little bit of weight to it, but the overdrive and all that is really good. Yeah. So definitely one of my favorite transmissions for sure. And like the top of the T210 works really great to like Velcro your interior to the T210, or to give you a good baseline to build an interior. So that was really nice. T210s are very heavy. They have some weight. But I think they're benefits. I think the benefits outweigh the cons. Man, this is really nice. This has been really, really good. Anybody got anything exciting going on? Any new builds on the way or builds you're working on? Any crazy bodies? Any crazy paint schemes? If you look at the background, you can see the start of something that I had a bright idea on. May not be my proudest moment, but I find it hilarious, and so I can still have fun with it. It's not as cool as Brett's rules wraps. I hope those go public because those are freaking awesome. Reason I need to start my C2 wrap point. So yeah, I was doing the math on mine. Now that I put the cage and everything on mine, I'm good. I think I might put. Do I need to put it there? Oh, I don't think I need to, but I just decided there are 7-gram skeletons. They are much more adequate for their 4 points versus putting everything else on there. So that's how we're going to do it. Ooh. Here, Brett. So, scale accessories. I have an interior. My dudes are in there. If I were to zip tie or make a seat belt for the guys to hold them in there, would you count the seat belts as scale points, or if I made it kind of like a harness, or is that just going to be considered part of the interior? I finally ordered some in the workshop because I feel like I'm trying to. It's all right. I mean, you've seen me. I've been using them for a while. I like them a lot. We obviously can see they work, so. I have a specific wrench that I brought home from work to do this. Absolutely a point. Okay, cool. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I mean, if we're getting down to definitions, it says interior has to be dash, steering wheel, complete floor, and seats. It doesn't say anything about what all's in the interior because we count gear shifters as scale points. I was thinking that I just kind of wanted to just make sure because that's what I did the other day. I kind of zip tied them in there and I was like, wait, that zip tie looks like a seat belt. If I can pull it off and just snag a couple quick points there, it's stuff that I don't have to worry about coming off. So that is the big thing there. Interior also has to have a firewall. Correct. Yes, it does have to have a firewall. It can't just be loose and just free flying out, feet flying into the bottom and stuff like that. The only thing that can be a task at times with transmissions like this is the gear mesh. Because I kind of suck at gear mesh in the first place at times. Because then you can't actually see it. But overall, there we go. With the motor on there, everything looks good. I'm going to curve all the wires around. I need to move my winch to the opposite side. So I'm going to do that real quick. Not lose that. There they are. I see you got your transmission, 68 grams, and transmission. Yes, I think super excited. We also got the body mounts and the servo mounts as well. Totally on there. Because I already had this stuff there, I'm not redrilling my body. So they are going to find their way somewhere else. Actually, we'll probably use one in a minute on the kiddos just to Make sure all his is good. Jason, love draft tech. Yeah, draft techs are a great shock. I really like the in the works big cores a lot. They've been my jam for a while, and they come assembled and pre-filled with oil. So also almost more than anything, they're convenient. And I despise building shocks and shock oil. Jen, how's it going? Brazen just finished modifying the VFD Twin for a see-through truck, waiting on the rear axle to start build. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Also sounds really, really fun. So this needs to go here. But we will actually put the winch in after the transmission just to make sure everything fits immediately. Winch guide. Winch guide's out of the way. Zip ties are out of the way. Need to move my D-ring to the other side. So then get this guy here. Drive shaft. I'll order a real drive shaft at some point, I promise. And a front drive shaft just hanging out over here. Try it has to go the other way. So oh my goodness, you talk about a close fit. I like it. Nice. That is good. It's like he designed it to work with this skid and everything. Okay, do a little, let's make sure everything is good. Holy crap. Nice, nice. Well, this makes me very, very happy. Like, super happy. Everything's going smooth. Good. Jeff checked a little late checking in from rainy Connecticut. Oh, very nice, up north. I think we're actually colder than you for once. Actually, today, I don't know if you saw it, Theron, we were colder than Antarctica today for most of the day, so that was really cool. Use revolvers in those more room. Yeah, I like my A6 motor in here. I think I actually have another yellow jacket on the way because the new ones really got me hooked back up. So I think I'm kind of addicted to them. Now you can put your battery next to the tranny on the skid. I can. I'm actually going to. I have something for that. I just don't remember where I put it now. That was. There. was like, why is that spinning so easy? Because I beat the crap out of this thing so far. Oh, further in a room. Evan, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Drive shafts. There we go. Ashram, sorry guys, didn't catch Tim mention what's this new training song. This is the Exo Alpinist transmission. Now this is from Exo. Now it does also. There we go. There we go. Now it doesn't necessarily. You don't have to put it in the Exo. Now, if you have the Exo, the Trekker skid, it will fit in other vehicles as well. And obviously that bolt pattern, it's a simple bolt pattern, it's just 2 bolts there. So you could always drill and tap your draw your own mounting locations if you wanted to, and you would be just fine. How's that gear mesh sound? Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, it is the Jason. It is the Trekker skid. Tim, you have some great builds. I try. I mean, nothing super crazy. I mean, lots of people have been building some stuff like this for a while now. I just happened to finally get in line with some of the other cool kids and stuff. So I'm catching up. We'll put it that way. Sounds noisy. Yeah, I think it is a little. I think I might have that a little too tight. But I can fix that. Yeah, we are going to use one of these just because I think it does work a little better. Actually, it works really well because I can flip its direction. This is why we like internal spool winches. Okay, so we do this one here. And we do this one here. Who makes it, Jason? The Exo, it is from Exo RC US is the actual name. Exo RC is it's just been one I've been using. Simpler to say. And if you look back at any of the 2 videos I've done on the Exo chassis, I have links to the website there and everything like that. So it is all there and available. Now, Z. Oh no, man. I can fix all that. I don't want to, but I can. So we are going to mount this guy right here in the front. might need a shorter screw. I think I grabbed one. It's too long. No, it actually worked. No, the winch still spools. It's a win-win. Brazen. Sorry, real quick. Oh yeah, Brazen. Did you get a new furnace? Yes, I did. Got a whole new furnace installed last Friday. So lovely. Yeah, lovely. You know, week before Christmas, baby's due in about 3-ish weeks. So yeah, it was just perfect timing. But it is nice and toasty, and it had to be done. It's not like something that we could put off, especially with what just came in this week. And still, I mean, this is still just the start of winter. I mean, Midwest, we all know how it is. You know, January and February, it can get a lot worse real fast. So, you know, it is what it is. Luckily, one of the other local RC guys, he is very, very handy with this stuff. So he's able to help out a lot and get taken care of and help us out as much as he could. So definitely very appreciative there. But yeah, it sucked. But you know, it is what it is. Things happen. Production model is definitely smoother than my prototype. Well, that's sometimes it'd be like that, as they say. But I definitely think I squished that motor in there a little tight, so I can definitely adjust that here in a minute. Actually, installed went pretty good. Nothing crazy. I didn't get frustrated on a live stream. That's good. Have a complete breakdown on a stream. That'd be terrible. Probably be entertaining, but not today. Oh man. Brett, has anybody heard anything certain on nationals yet, or something a little more solid? I haven't seen or heard anything, even through some of the channels and stuff like that. So, unfortunately, that's not cool, because nationals is not 100% off the table for me for next year. Believe we can make it happen, mostly because the wife wants to travel, and she thinks that would be a very fun trip. So that definitely helps out, makes things a little bit easier to plan and try to, get done. Nope. All I know is what Ben said on Harley. Yeah. See, I mean, I know we still have a few months, obviously, but it still would be nice to have something, that's a little more solid, and not planning and stuff like that, because especially if it's going to be California, I mean, need to get some travel plans and such underway, and some vacation time put in or requested. I mean, we already had the location and everything last year by this point. Actually, we had it almost after Nat's last, in 21. Like, it was almost instantly. Thanks for the first one. Very good. Glad to hear Jason. Nice. Out west, yeah, that's all I've heard. I've heard a couple locations in California and a backup location on the East Coast. That is it. I said I'm not 100% out on Nats next year. So, but the sooner I know a location, the better. Which, and because I would have to drive for that one. So definitely be a trip. That would probably be a 2. So I wouldn't do that all the way through. I'd stop. That's probably a 2 or 3 day drive. So that's probably 5 days of driving alone, plus 3-4 days of event action. So yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. Okay. Barring that the direction and everything's correct, which if that's the case, I'll just flip my wires for now because I'm lazy. Pound Stuff, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Tasty. But I like to see what XO. Yes. Yeah, Evan, yeah, I'm kind of there with the with Clark on that one. It was just kind of time. Last 3. That's too close to the microphone. Sorry. Yeah, there is a, well, you know. Okay, so, need to flip that. But in the meantime, something I can't stand. That is going on. That battery's about toast. Yeah, and that's kind of where there's so many options and chassis and stuff out there. That is a dead 3S battery. And it may be machining a spot in the chassis. It's a self-clearance. There we go. Okay, so I want it. Oh. We want it this way, and then I'm going to flip the switch. A little bit of self-clearance. It's probably not a good idea. I should put a spacer in there. So we can finish routing the winch line now. Call that good. Flip. One and 3. does work. Works and functions for the most part. Just a few things there. Smooth. Move that pinion out just a little bit, and yeah, just a little self clearance there on the winch spool. It is okay. Gonna call your rig the angry squirrel. Yeah, that it's okay. We can fix that. We can fix things. That's something small. Jason, I do have a couple for chrome frames. Nice. Always good options too. Actually, someone needs to have posted my class 1 up for grabs so I can order the katana tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to work in my favor in time-wise, so we have to wait. Yeah, Evan or Jason, I mean, whatever I'm running, just assume Theron has it too. I mean, he just kind of follows me. He did have the EXO first, that son of a bitch. He beat me to the EXO, so I copied him on the EXO for sure. But I said I got, yeah, Chrome Work class 1, and then the Reaper. Do have a couple Brazens. Actually, I have a lot of Brazens. I have 2 Brazens for me. The Kiddo has 2. So I said there's so much stuff out there to try. It is ridiculous. There's so much, so many options and things out there. You just, I said lots. There it is. This is what I was looking for. There's just so many things. And like I said, if I could build all of them without any issues, I totally would. But stuff can get a little crazy at times. But I've started acquiring a few parts that I can use for specifically like specifically for build. Something like I can build, put it on there, you know, do video, do some feedback on it, and then take those parts and put them to the next build and stuff like that. That's why compatibility is one of the biggest things for me that I like to see. It's because then I can use stuff from one build to the next build. I don't have to get completely new every single time. So compatibility is huge, or at least on certain things. As I understand, obviously, links are one thing that I would probably have to buy. But even if it's just getting links, and then I can use everything else, that's still a much happier with that option than having to get everything completely new every single time. I don't know. Burn. Nice, Justin. Excellent. Jason, I have not tried brazing anything yet. The ATL V2 is an amazing chassis. Used it for class 2 for a while, and it was just awesome all the way around. Great, solid, proven platform for sure. Then the Kiddo has, for his class 2, he has the C1 Pro chassis actually. Made a C1 Pro chassis, and he's using it as class 2. And I had to get it because Brett let me drive his around at Crawlpalooza for a while, and really liked it a lot. Theron, he did the Brazen C1 Pro as his actual class 1, and he is digging it a lot. He's very happy with it, and he hadn't had any, like, it was one of those ones, put it together, and it did good. He didn't, Theron, I don't recall you spending a lot of time having to tune or change a few things. You pretty much swapped everything over, and saw an increase right off the bat. So, and then also for class 3, the kiddo has a purple high-low, which is also another awesome improvement chassis. So definitely any of those choices out there. I've seen people do chassis mounted servo on a high-low. I think axle mounted servo is a better option. For sure. And sometimes you don't really. I've started working on points and stuff, and I can definitely do without chassis mounted servo at times. Lucas, what's up, buddy? I missed you here just a minute. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for the tusks. Came in clutch right there for me. So I had been looking for those for some time now, and he answered me earlier. He messaged me and got me hooked up. So thank you, sir, for the tires on the way. Much appreciated. And we'll just add some more zip ties in here. Brazen, we don't limit our team drivers specifically to our chassis for their trucks, except for the comps. See, I like that. It's like now granted, I enjoy what I'm doing, like building all the different stuff. If I can show off everybody, I can. Like, especially like talking and meeting and just hanging out with people. Like I said, hanging out with y'all at Crawlpalooza was an absolute freaking blast. Laughs and good times all the way through, from during the day, during the events, and those cold night runs. I thought that was a good idea, but they were still fun nonetheless. Had just an absolute blast the whole freaking time, and beyond down to earth to talk to. So again, much appreciated for helping make this year just overall great experience. And I like that you're not necessarily limited, which, don't get me wrong, I totally understand. I mean, I'm still driver for several places, and I beyond understand if you're a driver, you need to, obviously you want to drive and promote what you're driving for. You don't want to set a bad example, like, well, he's a driver for them, but he uses and drives all this. Totally understand all of it. And there are certain things that, I don't need to try in different things. Like, everyone has a motor opinion, ESC, servo, stuff like that. So those are just going to be there. Like, some people just aren't going to like a new motor from somebody. Some people just aren't going to like a servo from somebody. So that's fine, which that's kind of how I am. Like, I have what I prefer, and I have no need or desire really to change any part of that. But another thing is, especially with the new rules that came out and just how big, comps in general and everything are just getting, I just really felt like, we really I needed to expand the channel on that point, as far as, hey, there are lots of options out here. Lots of great options, proven options and stuff like that. So, sky's the limit when it comes to building. And all the owners just put in so much work in everything, the chassis design, customer service, all that stuff. So like I said, if I could just build one of everything, I'd be on wood easily. Nice. Ooh. Oh, gotta get cut up here. The high-lows, what got me to try different things. Nice. Yeah, the high-low was, I remember the first time I saw the high-low, I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then, yes. Been wanting to try it. Lucas, yeah, Brazen's proven for years, just got home from the shop. Oh, nice. Had the game going. Good to hear. Yes, I'm so excited about the tires. Dude, I have been looking everywhere. Like, I'm on about 4 or 5 email me room back in stock lists on the Tusk, and it has been nothing lately. I know a few places were about to get them in stock, but yours was right there and got me taken care of immediately. So sweet, super happy about that. Gary just picked up a V1 Reaper. Nice. That's awesome. You're gonna like that. One of the first ones. That's awesome. I enjoy building stuff like that. Some of those one-offs. There's not many of them around, stuff like that, or some things like you get to figure out part of the build. You figure out and you get to make stuff work. So I've been having fun on the Class 2, so it has been a blast. Speaking of, Lucas, how's yours doing? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'd love to have fun with everything. Exactly. Steve, is there hard body mounts available for the Exo C1 chassis? Like the actual hard body mount sliders? I don't think so. Gary, I don't. Oh yeah, he already answered you. You're good. My bad. Gear down, crawlers. What's happening, man? Thanks for tuning in. Jason looking for tusks. Yes, I was looking for tusks, and Lucas helped me out earlier when I posted that I was in need and got me taken care of. Found some yesterday. Nice. Yeah, get them. That was one of those tires when I got the first set and tried it, I was like, ooh, I really like those. And then I snagged a second set, and then I had like a backup set, and then it was one of those tires I was trying to get multiple sets. Now I'm like, I have enough for like Class 2s and stuff like that. I mean, 1, 2, 3 sets of those are on the trucks themselves, but want to make some cut and shunt tires. So I need 2 full sets and then 1 half of this. So I need 5 tires. And Matt here local also wants to do them, and he needs 5 tires. So we figured if we just get the packs and we can just split them, and then we both win. So that's what we needed to do. Coco, my next build will probably be LCG. Should I go? Brazen, I've only got a few G speeds as far as my custom builds. Merry Christmas, y'all. Yes, I can definitely recommend Brazen chassis for sure. The ATL, like I mentioned, beyond proven. The C1 Pro can be used. It's not just, don't have to use it as a C1 chassis, even though it's a C1 chassis, doesn't mean you have to use it for C1, and doesn't mean it's not capable and built elsewhere. Example, even so, like the Exo here, this is the C1 Exo chassis. This is my Class 3 truck, and it's still putting in work. Me and Theron had both of ours out last weekend, side by side, and they were just doing great. So, yes, Brazen is definitely a great option there. Carmworks, Exo, GK chassis. Again, lots of options out there, and I've been building as many as I can. I said it's holidays and things are coming up. We did just have to do some house stuff, so some things may be slowing down for a little bit, or will just be a surplus of update videos on stuff that I've been tinkering with. Hobbies. Oh, he did post those the other day too. I forgot all about that. Yes, the new Class 1 GK, January, right? January for pre-release, and that looks pretty good. I need to grab one of those too, because I really liked the 01 I built prior. So definitely that might be the next one I build. Yep. And I haven't built a straight axle truck in a while, so we'll do F10 straight axles and the new GK C1 chassis. That is the plan. That'll be the next build here after Christmas. As soon as those orders go up, we'll get them done. In the meantime, if anybody wants to buy my Class 1 so I can order another one, just kidding. I have a full spare set and some C3 about to be made. Nice. Heck yes. Yeah, I'm excited to get this Tusk made for C3. Very, very excited for that. And C2. Yeah. My Class 1 Tusk, they've put in work for me. They have worked great. But I said I wanted to try the new Vanquish tire because I had great luck with the VXT2 for my comps. So I'm either using the VXT2 tire or I'm using my Tusks. One of those two tires for sure. Like I said, I've had such great luck with that tire though. Like, and the compound I think had a lot to do with it. So I wanted to give their C1 tires a try. So we did get them. I do need to order. Like I said, I already ordered some of the tuning discs, so I'll finish these up later on. And plus, I don't think I'm going to be doing much crawling this weekend or next weekend because it is cold. And I'm not having it. Brazen, very happy with my C1 Pro C2. Yeah, that thing was so fun to drive. Like it had, even just driving a little bit, like you were almost instantly comfortable driving in that truck and knew like, oh, it can do this, and it did it. So yes, again, thank you for letting me drive that because that definitely made my choice for Kiddo for sure because he really needed a big step up there. So Roman's chassis are wicked as well. Yes, the RJ Fab chassis are sweet. Those go on pre-order January too. Never going to financially recover from this. Dang it. The Katana goes on pre-order tomorrow. The new GK Cat chassis is in January. And that chassis is January as well. Man. Oh, man. I'll do some window shopping. Thanks, y'all. Not a problem. And I said, definitely, like, the Brazen and stuff like that. Like I mentioned, anytime you look at anyone's chassis on their websites, don't just look at the chassis, look at the other components they offer to make sure to see what all's compatible, and they'll give you a breakdown of what's compatible, stuff like that. Or they'll say specifically, or they'll have kits, or like, hey, you need our dual servo mount, so get the dual servo mount if it's required. So make sure you get all the pieces. Like I said, there is a lot of stuff interchangeable, but there are some things that just they specifically make because it works the best with our chassis and their design. So always keep that in mind. Gary, XO, Crummer. Yep. Praising all. Yes. Yeah, Gary, I don't think you can go wrong with any of those suggestions at all. There, you're not kidding. Yeah, no, I'm not financially recovered from this. If you're on crawls, I'll be going straight axles and exo trains. Nice. Yeah, that was super awesome. I definitely owe Rico for helping me get this one because it got dropped, things happened, and I missed out on it. So I was able to get one. So we're good. I'm super happy. And that got here super fast. I think I messaged him. I think I talked to him Saturday or Sunday night about it, and I got it now. And that's through weather and everything else. So super awesome. Few Brazen drivers here that run C1 Pro. Yes, yeah, Hibby does run that. All his stuff. His builds just look so good too. Yes, either of the Chafin bros, their rigs are on freaking point. Super on point. And they're so that whole group, all of them are just a blast to hang out with and so helpful in just about everything. Yeah. I'll make sure you get. Yes, thank you. Yeah, if you just chilling off to the side for me for a little bit, or let me know. I'll need to get one. It's actually, it looks like I said I don't necessarily have to build a class 1 out of it. I can have fun with it for sure. I have plenty of other 12.5 and 12.7 links, so I should be good to go. I'm excited because that thing does look really good. I like the looks of it a lot. Thing is running great. Finished up my a friend's thing too. Nice. I'll have to send you some pictures. I think I sent you pictures of the got the transmission and everything squared away. Yeah, man, so much better. With the that new yellow jacket was perfect. It's exactly what I needed to make the whole thing fit. Need a little I think I added actually took a VFD spacer and added underneath of the T case, and got everything good. Super fun. Like, I'm enjoying the crap out of that thing so much. Ooh. Travis ran the prototype C1 and C2 and took first. Nice. So yes, it's going to be, again, that's another option that is coming down the road. And I think I mentioned it when I did this video. You know, even though the chassis, they say they're C1. They're C1 because they have the flat skid. It doesn't mean the rest of the chassis does not, by any means, lack capabilities to go into other classes when built accordingly. Like, I know plenty of other people that run flat skids on lots of other builds and other chassis that run flat skids, but the other parts of the chassis complement everything. And if the build is assembled good and complements everything, you're still going to get performance. Just because the chassis is designated C1, do not think it is not capable outside of Class 1. And plenty of chassis have proven that. And I've seen it, I've done it, I've built them. So yes, it does. It fits right on. Dang it, Brett. You're right. But well, and that would be I think it's true. It is true. It does not say parallel to the ground. You are correct. It is parallel to the body's rockers. Have to be parallel to the skid. You know the shit fire that would happen if you showed up with. I mean, with the new rules, you can build it that way, though. You can easily build a body and still fit or still meet the rectangle. You can still meet the rectangle and have something crazy like that. Jason, yeah, no. If you actually do read it in Class 1, it says the skid must be parallel to the body's rockers. It does not say, I mean, yeah, not that you can cut them at an angle, but, I mean, your body placement, your body placement could totally do it. And there are certain bodies that you could, especially if you went any bit on the custom size, you could totally get it. Like I said, the bug's coming along really well. And that's pushing it in a few things. So the only difference in C1 and O1 Pro is the skid angle. Nice. That's right. So it is 2 new chassis coming, correct? Yes. Dang it. Back to I will never financially recover from this. You guys are not helping. Hashtag gray areas. I don't know what you're talking about, Lucas. You know we live in the gray. After rectangles and triangles, they would activate the living rules on that one. Yeah, and I think that's right. I think that's one of the things that they forgot to edit in there, because I do remember them saying specifically in that beta release, because that was the first thing someone asked. One of the first things is they said, no, it does have to be a flat skid. So I assume we'll see a little edit in there in a minute. Yes, EXO does have that 24th scale chassis, that prototype. I saw Rico posted that the other day. Looked like it did great. 2 new chassis. That's 4 that I for sure want to do. It's not released yet, but I mean, it will be coming. It will be coming. So I think that's all that matters. So I still really want to snag a baby Capra. Damn. Man, that almost. Shoot, that almost works. Dang, I should have thought of this before I put this transmission in here. Thought about the baby Capra also. It looks. Listen, I've said it many times. I'm not one for the small scale stuff. I'm generally not a fan of the small scale stuff. One, for me, it's a pain in the ass to work on. But I don't like necessarily the feel of them. So it's just never been something that I've truly been interested in. But the kiddo, he enjoys them a lot. So he's been running them and enjoys running them. So I have gotten a few. I haven't really gone crazy or got much going on his really. But he said he is showing, he does like them. So at some point we'll probably start doing it. But the Capra though, that size, I think the size is the winner, is the key thing for me. It's just enough bigger that it's easy to work on. It uses more of our common items. Full-size servos, 1.9 wheels, stuff like that, class 1 tires. And its overall size, it's good size. I think I would actually enjoy it. I hear people running those baby cat. I've thought about it, and it was the biggest thing I'm seeing with the little Capra is mini class. Getting wild with those things, which I definitely foresee it being capable and such. So this is good. Never mind, that's not going to work. Yeah, this is the titanium one. I'm not going to do that shit. Not in here, not with these drill bits. But, yes, like I said, baby axles in C1, just what Bray said there. I think it's going to be a bad day. Those are going to be, one, I don't know if overall, I mean, you have to totally beat them up to be strong enough. Steering's got to be, no, never mind, Bray's steering, and honestly, that width almost may be a little too drastically narrow. Yeah, I don't. Side hill would definitely suffer for sure there. Nope. I'll worry about this later then. Okay, I will button this up later. Transmission's done. It's installed. Adjust the pinion. Figure out where I'm putting my electronics, or my battery at least. And we call that one done for now. Let's see. We can do a little. So bodywork is not my strongest by any means. We've known this. We've seen this stuff I've cut and modified, but I took. This was the bug that was on my class 2 prior, but during our throwdown, I crushed the cab. Actually, the cab got crushed, and this whole side here broke out. I put everything back together. I cut the roof completely the rest of the way off. I then cut the cab in half, and then I added 1.5 inches overall to just past here in the wheel, and just barely I meet the wheel. So body's body, it doesn't matter. That is some form of a body. I don't think there's no difference now between fenders and body. It is all just body. And so did all that. Then the roof cut off. I did my first attempt at an exo cage. Overall, I don't think it came out too shabby. It's a solid 10-footer. Was able to add a few things, a little hook back here for some pendulum. But did 1/8 inch, everything like that. So About as light as I could go and still get all the points for all that. Got my down bars, front, rear, crossbar, 3D interior, not custom, but I probably will be adjusting that here soon. And then I'll grab my skeletons, fit them in there, but also started measuring. Once I started rereading the rules, I was like, I can cut the whole fender out on the bug and be good, because even though it's narrow here in the front, I only have to meet my width like right here. And like on the video, on the rectangle video, I was talking about track width. Well, my track width is actually, it's like 5 7/8, just a hair, right at just a hair under 6 inches. So my track width is actually pretty narrow for my class 2. So one, the body here only has to be in the center section, only has to be 6 inches, which it is all the way. And I even gave myself leeway about 1/2 inch this way and 1/2 inch this way, mostly depending on if I change tires. If I change from the Vanquish tires to the Tusks, I need a little more room because the Tusk is smaller. So I gave myself a little bit of room there. The whole front section, got a rear section and front section. Overall, I think it came out pretty good. I did make a new front bumper too, add a little stinger. I think I got everything pretty good. Brazen, I hate Bodywork, that's why I wrap. Plus it holds broken body panels together, of course. That's a good idea. You need a wrap idea. Actually, I'd probably just get this 3 colors, can't I? That's probably what I should have did. Which, if this starts getting scratched, I can just grab wrap and just rewrap it. So I like it. May do that. But I'm pretty sure this is a for sure way to 100% get a tape measure pulled out at a tech table. I think we talked about this the other day, Brett, just joking around. But the funny thing would be is if this makes it to a tech table and I am, for whatever reason, off a measurement. So like, oh, you're off and you painted it. And then it turns out the truck is illegal or not legal. I gave myself a little bit of leeway. I said I about 1/2 inch in either direction. I made sure I'm good. So generally, we still got the center section. Actually, this paint scheme would have been great for the rectangle video, but we'll see more of that in class 2. And then did a little 3 engine there in the back, just because I needed something to fill that whole area up. Those super shafted wheels I want to set, or 5 to 10. Yes, these pink wheels, super shafted wheels, are just on. I love these wheels so much. Definitely one of my favorites. I mean, I have those. I have the purple ones. I can have gold in this color too. I don't know where they're at. Probably shouldn't lose those things, but I do have a set of gold ones too. Ooh, actually, Brett, I was gonna have a question. On your wheels, is there ever gonna be a chance of them being anodized? I mean, I know it's a whole process and can increase cost dramatically. They do come clear, so I mean, if people do want to anodize, and it can be done. I was just curious if that was ever a possibility. Jason, any news on the new G Speed 4? Nope, I haven't heard anything on that. There's only been a couple teaser, half teaser pics posted. Probably expecting January or February would be my guess before anything more solid comes out. Gold bullet holes. Yeah. Yes. There's my gold ones. Well, not in this style, but I do have those gold ones. And I have the B2 in gold as well. So we got all of them. Then I started thinking about it. 2 sets of those gold. I have the gold methods on the kiddos truck. And do I have gold on anything else? I have a dark bronze. So Lex and Body Life here except for C1. I mean, I am I'm taking a page out here. I am building. That was another reason I wanted the sumo. Because I know we've seen me post this one lately. And this body is super fun. Super narrow. Too narrow. If I actually put some sliders on the inside or flared this, I would have to flare the bottom out to meet my trap. Like it is so close. It's close enough for me to say it's not legal, technically speaking. So I really like that body, but it is just a touch on the too much sketch side. So sumo, I think, is going to be. Oh yeah, we might have to cut this out. I can't pull that off, but I think the sumo is going to be a great fit on there. So I do plan on building a 50-point Lexan body as well, or at least adding on there. Brazen. I am making large backs that are going to NO. Oh, stop YouTube. They're going to NO. There's a local NO shop I use when I do the Team Broad Chuck wheels that aren't too bad. Oh, nice. That's good. Just need to decide on colors. Purple, obviously, and I want to do one or two others. You know what? Green. Someone else has said it too. There are no green options. An anodized green. Shift makes a green wheel, and if you change out the faces on the Boom Racing wheels, you can get green. But I mean, if you're looking for almost that rarer color, yeah, purple. I think I have to do purple because it's just so fun. Green would be sick. Green would be sick, and it would be one of few out there that are that have green. And then I think go with the classic red or blue for the third color. You know, everyone seems to like a red or everyone seems to like a blue. So, and between those three options, especially with a purple and a green as an option, and then one more third color, or you could just do all three crazy rare colors. But that's totally whatever you think. You obviously don't want to get stuck with wheels. Granted, I don't think you would get stuck with wheels. They would fly off the shelf. But I totally understand not doing too risky of a color though, because you don't want to risk that. At the end, it's still a business. You don't want to just, have something that doesn't sell or takes too long to sell. We just got like 10 of those bodies in stock. Nice. So if I mess up one of these sumos, I will be sending you a message, because I think they are already almost out of stock online. They went fast. Gary, I want those brazen ones just on fun. I'm feeling you right between the holidays and everything else that just kind of happened, and wintertime for me at work just sucks. It's slow between all the holidays, weather and stuff like that. People really cram their money, and also end of the year, into January, people finish off the year, and then tax prep already starts. People start getting W-2s and start doing some early math and be like, ooh, I owe on taxes, or, oh, I'm not going to get as much return as I thought. So then everything changes. So from here until about March is a little rough. Living on the edge, as we would say. But I will still try to fit in what I can, because in the end, I still need a hobby to relax and cool down from this stuff. Like between work and just everything else, we're adults. We need something. I think everybody, even if it's not RC cars, I think everyone needs at least one hobby, something that is just you to clear your mind, relax, and let life do life. Green, blue, and purple. Green, blue, and purple would be sick. You know, it would be also cool. I don't know if it'd be a thing. I mean, sets of 4 wheels is awesome because you know you get 4. Like, I think that should totally be an option. At least, okay, I want this color, I want all 4 wheels. But if you happen to have a few extra sets of 2, so you could even mix match. Because that was one thing I did with my Team Garage Hat wheels. I got 2 red and 2 blue. So I could mix match, either have them all both on one side different or the front and rear different. Something like that. Especially if you happen to make, you know, 1.9s or, you know, the other new size. Because, I mean, we've seen my colors, wheels and stuff like that. I have no problem throwing mismatched wheels on there. If I had 4 different color wheels on here, I'd be just fine with that. That would actually look kind of cool. Now the more I think about it. Yeah, I feel you on the bolt holes. So, like I said, I'm tuning these still, because that's when I do anything with like the anti-foams or try a new tire. I only put a few, like especially one like this, I put like 4 or 5 screws in to hold the bead. So if I need to change anything, or if I'm like, I need to move this, change the foam around a little bit, I don't have to undo 375 screws. Brazen, yes, totally get that. Mix and match wood hard on the inventory, yes. Totally understand that. That's what I was just saying. I mean, 4 wheels is so awesome. I can, like, boom. I at least have, and it, that is honestly kind of convenient. I add one package. I know I have 4 wheels to set up. I need one. I need to add another one. Or you add 2 and you only have 1 in stock. Totally get it. If it's in stock, you know you're at least getting a full set. So green, red, blue, I guess purple. Yeah, the Mavericks need more screws. I don't know. Oh, man. It could be. You could always make it smaller. Look pretty good. Keep one for myself also. Yes, yeah. The Sumo I think is going to be pretty sweet. The Narrow I think will be really good. Overall, I think it'll be really good for Class 2. Just Clark, PS5, Call of Duty? Yes. Yeah. Actually, that's what I was work today. I was like, yeah, maybe I can get off a little early and go home, finish off my XP tokens. Not that I honestly have, at this point, I'm just grinding for camo. I've already maxed everything, so I should have spaced myself on there a little bit more, but I don't know. I'm still having fun. I come home, I log on, hop into a match, and I wreck some kid's day, and it makes me happy inside. What foams? Those are the 4.19 anti-foams. Now, this is stretched on a 2.2, and I had all the tuning rods and everything in here. They were for my previous tires, or the tires that are on there, which are the Tusks, which are 3.85. So, obviously, there's some size difference between 3.85 and the 4.19. So, I put them on here just to see how everything fit and looked. So, now that I'm back to a 4.19, I need to look through some of my old pictures and see what my tuning rod combination was for a true 4.19. But I also do have some tuning discs on the way because I want to try them as well. As I do have tuning rods in here, but my patterns generally differ from some in my preferred. I've started tuning mine more on the stiffer side, and plus I run on a 2.2 wheel, so that changes the tuning as well. And so I think the last few have asked, and I was like, well, I'm running on 2.2 wheels. Like, oh, why run 1.9? It's not going to be the same combination that I run because they do change it. But yeah, I wanted to see how they fit, and stretching 1.9s on 2.2s, depending on the tire, sometimes can be a little bit of task. I think I'm going to have to put a little work in on these to get them all finished up. But like the tuning disc I use sometimes in the with the 475 tires, the maker for the 4.19s too, 4.19s as well. So we got them. Alt phone. Yeah, if you could ever get them. I've never once had like, I think I've missed on it every time there was some U.S. stateside order on them. I just have not been able to get a hold of them. What am I trying? Like, I like trying different things. Lucas, you run the crazy crawler foams a lot, don't you? really? I just don't maybe live on. Oh yeah, dude. I know all you had to say was California, and I understand that. That was one reason. Like, I mean, there are other places. Yes, I'm in the middle of Kansas. Like, we are damn near like whoop, right middle of everything, and it gets boring at times. We don't like. I would love to have more terrain and stuff like that. And I look at going to other places, Colorado or um, Missouri, even at times, in Texas, and then I start looking at like cost of living, and then I start talking with techs in those areas, see what they're making a flat rate hour, see what they're making in a year, and then I'm like, then I take that and I compare that to cost of living. I like to also see how many hours shops run because they can make more at flag hour than I do, but if I average 50 to 60 more hours a pay period, I'd rather have my hours because you can. It doesn't matter if you get paid more if you don't make any hours. But yeah, once I start comparing all that stuff, like I sure do love my state when it comes to that. Cost of living's good. We have all the freedoms. Um, Everything from pew-pews to vehicles. Like we have almost zero restrictions. Definitely no enforced restrictions that I'm aware of. I said the only other place that I would consider, because I have lived it before, I would go back. I would move back to Texas. That's the only other place I would honestly consider at this point. Just because I know the cost of living is similar, and I know a lot more techs and dealerships down there that I could make a transition to if ever needed. But I honestly don't have any intention to move anywhere. It's about time to buy a new house anyway. I got off at 12:45. I'm off until Tuesday. Oh, nice. It is Christmas this weekend. Man, that really kind of came up. Right now, let's see one. Nice. Lucas, I was just about to tell you something that I totally. Oh, yes, that's what it is. You might have to send me. A link or what you use on your C1 because you run, Lucas. I think you run very similar setup tire wise and stuff to I do a lot. So I might have to try those sometime here soon. Mark's Noah Foams have done awesome. Well, yeah, Mark's a great dude too. I don't know if you ever met Mark. He's hilarious. Not just on Facebook, he is super funny. Met him at the Team Project Clubhouse last year. Was a blast. Brazen, can't get myself to stay away from CI phones. Oh, I've tried before. They're great. They work really, really well. Ooh, yes. Yeah. Shoot me a message later. Once I get up here, I'm gonna play some video games for the rest of the night. So I will probably disappear. That's another thing. If I know I do get messages and stuff at night or sometimes after the streams, if there's no response, one, I could have very well easily just immediately went to sleep because I can go to sleep at any time after 8 o'clock now. But also, once the controller turns on, my headset comes on. Everything else gets zoned out. The phone goes to do not disturb until my alarms come off. So it's not that I'm ignoring people. You can't get a hold of me because I have everything blocked off. Unless I'm checking stuff, then I reply. But I don't necessarily just get all the notifications. Break away from California. I can see that. I can very well see that for sure. I know just from the truck world and stuff, modified trucks, friends of mine that are in California and such, they have such hard times and they get so much crap at times. I missed a question up here. Sorry. I missed this 1 minute ago. That dumb guy. Think about trying the new Mickey Thompson Baja Pros. Anyone got any luck with them? I do have a set of them in the G8 compound. They are on my TTC truck or my Tundra Truggy. They're actually still dirty for this weekend. super super cool tire. I haven't done like I've had a lot of people ask about well, how's it do on the rocks. I mean, I've had it on rocks, but this truck isn't exactly like it's for what it is. I mean, it's fun and does more scale capable things, which is what I like. But I don't drive this like I do any of those. I just don't. At this point, my C1 is actually more capable than this truck. Um, so I don't drive technical lines and stuff like I do those. So I don't have a good answer for that. Like they grip, they do good, but I use them far more on just overall all the terrains and elements and stuff like that now. I said also I do have the G8 compound, so the Predator is obviously going to have a little more grip and stuff like that. But overall, I think it's a fun, awesome tire for sure. Like I've had the 22s for a while. I used them on my 22 Wraith for TTC and everything, and those tires put in work and took tons of abuse. Okay, great tires, definitely not poor tire. Yes, for sure. Very aggressive, but because another thing with its size, 4.85. I know a lot of people was like, oh, that'll be the new C3 tire. I mean, it can work. You definitely have to do some siping on these lugs and everything just to spread them out a little bit more. But like we mentioned earlier in the stream, Proline is releasing a new size Hyrax tire that is going to be honestly on point size-wise for sure for Class 3. It is a new 5.25 22 Hyrax, which is the size of most all of our cut and shed tires. For what I use these tires for, mud, terrain, natural stuff like that, it's fun. It does great. I definitely like the tires a lot for that. As far as technical crawling stuff, I don't want, they're not on the truck that can do that type of stuff, and I honestly haven't really tried to put it through very much technical crawling. Tom, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in, man. Much appreciated. How all's well? Well, you just missed. We had the X on here most of the time. Oh, killer color scheme on that one. Oh yes, I got that chassis in trade, and I was super super excited about that because I've always wanted to do a Tundra truggy, and just hard to find good built truggies and stuff like that, or something that truggies obviously worth money because there's lots of effort and stuff put into them, but sometimes that don't necessarily want a literal arm and a leg for them. So I was able to get that through trade for a friend of mine in Colorado, and I'm so excited for that thing to get here. Get the build and everything going. It went through a couple things. I tried a couple different things. First, the build I had in my mind did not go as well as I had planned in my mind. So it was a little delayed getting it completely up and running. But in the end, I think everything worked out. And super fun. And it does look good. The cage was really nice. And was already that nice purple anodized color. So win-win, in my opinion, all the way around. And I guess now we're talking earlier about chassis, like with axles, I do now have an extra 2-low, so that definitely helps with some future builds. What is this? Oh, that's a winch. That's yeah. Oh my goodness. I should have thought this through. cage off. So, yeah, here's the purple high-low. Don't see much more, but this is what the kiddo's been rocking for class 3 for a while. I said I'll be making some C3 tusks, so then my 2-2 cotton shuts will come to his truck, and he will inherit some wheels to go with them. So I think it'll, in the end, it's going to come out good, and we're going to get a new body cut for him. They're so good. But these bodies just work really, really well because they're thin. Well, I mean, sorry, narrow. The Lexington's actually very, very durable, but they're small, narrow, low profile. So it's plain and simple because he generally doesn't do many full circuit events. Most of the stuff we go to, even when we do stuff local here, for any of the kids, we usually like, you don't have to worry about getting your kids' truck rigs all pointed out. Just make sure they have like 6 scale items and call it good. And for he does mostly a lot of the cash comps with us. And again, we don't do points and stuff through that. So usually works out pretty good. He can compete and stuff like that. Don't have to worry about pointing out all the trucks. Oh man, hey, it happens. I mean, especially like multiple team chats going and stuff like that. Like I forget sometimes that like I have the same teammates across the board on different teams. So also a lot of times figuring out which team chat I'm in gets confusing. Like the other day, I thought I was in one chat and I was in a completely different chat. And the person I was trying to talk to was not in that chat. So it happens, man. It's okay. I had to my first time too going Facebook here. Remember I did. Well, it's like putting the names, especially when the names differ between platforms and stuff like that. So yeah, there was someone else that I totally forgot who was on one of them, but yeah, it is what it is. But anyways, I did not realize what time it was. It is getting a little late, and I do need to finish up a few more things before I play games. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night to make sure everything else here around the house is all said and done. But hope you all enjoyed. As always, thanks for tuning in, hanging out for the streams. Generally sometimes it's nothing too crazy or exciting. We're just hanging out on the bench, asking questions, and just chit chat. And I enjoy that part of it a lot. So that's how we do things. There, check your message. I will. Oh my goodness. People like. Okay, I will check all these when I'm done. Lucas, thanks for tuning in. As always, thank you very, very much. And everyone, have a Merry Christmas over the weekend, holidays, whatever you celebrate. I hope you guys have a great one. Drive safe. If anyone's like we are experiencing this crazy weather, stay warm, drive safe. Everyone be all well out there. And Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a great one. Crawl on. Have a good night, everybody.